Good morning, students. Um, in the last class, we discussed about manures and fertilizers. As you have seen that it's the one of very important agricultural practice. After growing crops again and again in the same field depletes the fertility of the soil. Fertility of the soil means the ability of the soil to grow the crops and provide good yield. To replenish the fertility of the soil, or you can say to enrich the soil, we have to add manures and fertilizers in the soil. Student, as you know that food is very important for us because it provides us nutrients. In a similar way, for the soil, fertilizers and manures, they are very important because they provide nutrients. By this time, you know that manures are the organic substances which are naturally prepared in the fields by the farmers. It's a low cost practice and it enhances the humus content in the soil. Whereas fertilizers, they are the chemical substances which are prepared in the factories and they are high cost substances and they enrich the soil with the specific type of nutrients. So here today we will talk about differences between fertilizers and manure. This is the page which I have taken from NCERT, and this is very important question. Generally it comes as 3-mark question in your examination that differentiate between fertilizers and manure with 3 points. So you can take any 3 points, but please ensure that these points should be contrasting. So as you see, a fertilizer is an inorganic salts. Inorganic salt means they are not naturally obtained from the nature or from the soil. These are the chemical substances which we have to add in the soil artificially. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residue. So whatever waste, you can say garbage, in the form of cattle dung, human excreta and plant residue, you can all convert it into manure by the process of decomposition. Now second difference says that fertilizers is prepared in factories, whereas manures, they are prepared in the fields. A fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. Humus means it's the organic matter which is very important for the soil. It not only enhances the water holding capacity of the soil, but it also makes the soil porous, that provide sufficient oxygen, air and water to the soil. Whereas manure provide a lot of humus to the soil. Now fertilizers, they are very rich in plant nutrients. They provide specific type of nutrient to the soil like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, whereas manure, they are relatively low in providing the specific nutrient to the soil. We can't say that this manure provide nitrogen, this manure provide phosphorus, provide potassium, but yes, it is very important for the soil because it changes the overall property of the soil. Those characteristics of the soil are enhanced and enriched, which are very important for the growth of the crops. Another point says that fertilizers, they are not eco-friendly, whereas manures, they are eco-friendly. That is why farmers are advised to use manure rather than fertilizers. What makes manure a better alternative for the soil? Here are the points. Again, this question comes as 3-mark question in the 3-mark category. Manure, it enhances the water holding capacity. You know that water is important material, or you can say the substance, which is very important for the growth of the crops or the plants. So manure, it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. That is why it is very, very important. Second point says it makes the soil porous. Again, as I said earlier, that it increases the porosity of the soil so that proper amount of oxygen or air can be supplied to the plant. Now it increases the number of friendly microbes. You have seen during the preparation of the soil that how important these microorganisms are. They themselves increases the fertility of the soil. And finally, they improves the texture of the soil. Texture, the chemistry of the soil is important because plants can grow in a neutral soil, and fertilizers, what they do, they changes the chemistry of the soil. Either they make the soil too acidic or too basic, which is not advisable, or you can say it is harmful for the plants. So we will talk about irrigation in our next class. Thank you.